Hello, welcome back to another fabulous video on the channel. Is it a fabulous video on my channel? Questionable at that, but we're going to be reading A Little Life together. I had been questioning, and a lot of people have made a similar video to this. I'm going to link a lot of them down below. I'm picking this book up because of those videos. So this was not a book I was aware of existed, and now I kind of want to see how badly it's going to wreck me. Is essentially why I'm reading. I do this to myself. It's a common thing. So I don't really know what this is about. I know I'm gonna post a whole, I actually don't really know what all the trigger warnings are. There's a shit ton. That's all I know. I know it follows 4 boys. It's written by someone who wrote People in the Trees. It's a girl. It won the National Book Award, or the finalist of the National Book Award, which is crazy. And it's described as this. A Little Life is one of the most astonishing, challenging, upsetting, and profoundly moving books in a many a season. I hate that. I hate that so much. But an epic about love, friendship in the 21st century that goes into the darkest places fiction has ever traveled. Have you ever read a dark romance? Somehow and probably breaks through the light. It's about 4 boys chronicling their life, I'm pretty sure. I know it has to deal with, like, molestation. So that's a trigger warning for a lot of things. We're gonna see. Okay. I might DNF this. We'll see how many thoughts and opinions. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 parts. And part 5 is called The Happy Years, which scares me. So we had Lesbian Street, The Postman, Vanities, The Accident Equality, The Happy Years, Dark Comrade, and Lesbian Street again, ending it in part 7, like I said. The writing is very small, so I'm gonna be going back and forth. Oh, is this written like a Stephen King novel? Kind of looks like it's kind of written like it. The writing, like I said, is very small, and yeah, so we're basically gonna update you. I'm gonna try to do this in the most non-spoilery fashion, as I find those vlogs to be the funniest as possible, but I cannot promise it's this big. I do have the audiobook format, and neither nor excited, but also intrigued. Am I ready to cry? I understand why. It's supposed to be like torture porn for sadness, and you know what? If it's a Pixar movie, I'll watch it. I'll update you guys when I'm a little bit further and such. Okay, so my first initial reaction to It's a Little Life was I really like it. Like, I mean, I really liked it. I'm only like maybe 30 minutes into the audiobook, which I had to start. I was gonna physically start reading it, but I was like, I'll start the audiobook so we can get ahead on and move on this. And I just really like the characters so far. Nothing sad's happened yet, so bear with me. But it's setting up a good character. So yeah, just figured I'd come in and tell you. Okay, I'm laying down, but I had an update for A Little Life. I have a little update. I want to mention first off, I really like all the characters. The only 2 that we've really got to know yet, JB. Actually, the only one we've really got to know yet is Jude. JB, Malcolm, William. We have met. We've been in the. It's the 3rd person omniscient, so it's like we're in their heads, but we're really not in their heads. And I really like all the characters. The writing is phenomenal. I have a feeling Jude is the reason why people cry. I already want to protect him with all my life, and I know that he has a dark past. They've alluded to it already, and so I'm assuming that's probably what's going to be a part of here, is the dark past. It's jumping around a lot in time while staying very linear, which I also like. I like the storytelling. I'm curious to see why it is so long. I'm wondering if that's going to be my takeaway, because everything else seems like a 5-star so far. Normally, I don't give judgments that quickly to like a 5-star read unless it's like a part of a series, like novels in general. I don't give like, I normally am like, probably like a 4. This seems like a 5. So I'm very confident, very excited, and can't document it for you. I'm like on page like 34. Not much into this behemoth, but it's a chunk. It's a little piece. It's 7%, so it's better than nothing. I've been reading it. I'm now, I don't know, I'm probably like 12% into it or something like that. I'm not through part 1 yet. I don't know if part 1 is just the easy breezy stuff where it's like not sad torture porn. I really like the narrator. I like the voice. I've heard the narrator before, and I really do enjoy it. And so I'm going to continue listening to the narrator. We're like 2 hours, maybe 3 hours into the actual audiobook, which is 31 hours. The writing's really small, so I think this is the best way to consume it, but I'm reading along with it. It just hasn't made me really sad yet. William's background story about his parents and stuff was fucking depressing, but nothing to make me cry. It was just real sad. So I'm curious. Now, but once again, Jude is a mystery character. I do want to protect him with my soul. Gives me that vibe. I'm also wanting this to be a very live, raw reaction to this book, as I hope I have a soul and I cry, is what we're hoping for here. I'm hoping that's the goal for the video, I guess. Can it make me cry? Is it too much? I want to know. But so I'm going to be reading it at home, so I'm not going to be reading at work, which is really how I do consume my audiobooks. This is how we're going to be consuming the material. Loving it so far. Like I said, this is totally a 5-star. If you guys don't know, I don't know why this hasn't been recommended to me, probably because of the things that happen in it. I'm not there yet. I'm not to the dark parts. But the big moments and like following a character from birth to death is my favorite thing in the whole world. I love it. I adore it. I want to know every little detail about your life. I'm that person. I'm sure there's a type of media out there where I would just eat it up. I like to feel a character breathe inside my body and then I let it go. And I feel all these characters inside my body. Like, I have certain characters I don't like so far. Like JB, I don't really care, but like, I'm enjoying myself. And by the way, I'm really proud of myself. I don't think I've gotten any spoilers. And we'll see if that still happens or not. Who knows how depressingly bad this gets. Okay, so I have not like full-blown cried yet with A Little Life, but I'm 140 pages in. Or I'm like, I don't know. I'm wanting to round up to an even number, essentially what's happening, but I'm like that far in, which is about 20% into it. I just want to protect him. And I'm not going to say who, because I'm trying to be non-spoilerly, because I think these are fun when they're not spoilerly. We got a little bit of information about character, and it just broke my soul. And I have a feeling, because I know for a fact that his history is thoroughly explained throughout the novel, that we are going to go explore it at some point. And I'm not emotionally prepared for it. So I'm slowly getting wrecked. We're still in the mix of things. I know a lot about the characters. Once again, I just love the characters so much. I have a few I don't particularly love, but I can understand where they're coming from, kind of. There's one in here that I'm just like, oh, you're kind of a dick. But other than that, I'm like, I love you. I love you. And I'll protect you with my whole soul. I'm 100... No, that far. I think I gained like 40 pages since the last update. There's a change in POV, is that most of this book is written in third person, and the second chapter of part 2 is written in first. I know exactly who it's about, why it's written this way. It's very distinctive, but I'm having a hard time talking about this book without spoiling it. I think there's a character in here, if you read the book, you know what I'm talking about. Their past is very secretive. You don't really hear anything about it in the first 100 or so pages. Actually, I have no idea how long part 1 is. It's quite a few hours. The second part is like dedicated to this character, and you get to know a little bit more. And it's heartbreaking because, like, I think in every character that you ever read in literature, you start to see yourself in them. You notice yourself in them a lot more. There's a lot of different things that they're alluding to. We have not gotten any physical answers yet, but there's a lot of things they're alluding to that I can relate to on a such more personal level than I was expecting. It's real hurting me. Not mentally, I think I'm doing fine mentally. You know, I think this is a good book to have mental check-ins with, I guess. And I'm sure it's beautiful if you just straight read it as well. But it is slow. It's very slow. So it's a lot to get through. There's a lot of information and stuff to take in. But I just fucking adore it. This is a fucking 5-star. And I can't get over it. I really can't get over it. This is a 5. If this book comes out less than a 5, and it's not one of my favorite books of the year, I'm gonna be flabbergasted. It really just, I guess, depends on how graphic it gets and if I think it's needing. And it's just because, like, there's a lot of things happening that I'm just like, yeah, fuck, I relate hardcore, and I don't want to relate, but I do. And continue to listen to it. Because I bought a puzzle to listen to it. I'm gonna listen to it for like another 30 or so minutes, and then I gotta get to streaming. But spoiler, I'll put it on the screen. Just when it goes away, you can resume watching the video, so you just scrub along. They want to adopt Jude. I'm sitting here, and I get really nervous because there's photos or videos of whatever is being alluded to. Like I said, I have my own personal theories of what happened to Jude when he was younger. All of them are really, really bad. All of them are really, really sad, because I'm assuming that's where this is going. Everybody talks about how this book is too far and things like that. From what I understand, it doesn't really get dark until like the middle. I'm working my way, but I'm not there yet. And so when he was going to go sit down with them, I was like, oh god, okay, I'm a little nervous, because this is a further relationship that's just so beautiful in the story between him and Harold and Julia. You know, it's just so gorgeously beautiful. If they want to adopt him, and then you go back to like where one of the brothers, who he obviously was a Catholic, and they said he would never be adopted, and they said it so coldly that one, you hurt like you as a person hurt, because the writing is so beautiful here. It's ridiculous. But it breaks him, and he gets adopted, and almost full tears. We ain't there yet. Obviously, if it is around, I'd say if it's around Jude, William, depending on what it is. Certain things are automatic tier related. One of those two will definitely make me cry. If it's JB, would probably, I'm just hoping for great character development. And like the photo thing, oh my god, that hurt me too. And which we knew was coming. That one I kind of was prepared for. This I was also kind of prepared for. No, I'm in part 4. I'm actually relatively far into part 4. I'll figure that out. Okay. Jude just hurts me as a person, you know what I mean? And I'm just really, really sad all the time when it comes to Jude. I'm excited, but I'm really nervous for this new thing that he's down. Why can't you just be fucking happy? Why can't people just be nice? Yes, that's my update for the day. Why can't you just be fucking happy? Like, dating, okay? He's dating someone at this moment in time in the book. And not that he has to be, like, the best guy ever. And, you know, I can see where a lot of people are like, oh, this is a lot. You know, I don't even know. He could turn into a good guy.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
When someone's hurt and someone is, like, really, really badly hurt, okay? And it's, like, a person that you care about, and it's, like, in real life. Normally, we end up going for people who are just absolute dicks. All I'm saying is that I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? Just let him be happy. Well, the whole point of this video is to see me cry. So, it happened. Not gushing out tears. But I turned on the light because I'm laying here in the darkness. Because I have to get up at 7:30 in the morning. And it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'm already very tired. But I was like, I'll push through. I'll listen to 30 more minutes, which is about an hour. So I was kind of crying and then I was full on tears. Jude says that he chose because when you're as ugly as he is, you just take what you can get, and he was so lonely. No, I stopped because I was crying, and I was like, oh, I gotta crying on camera. A fucked up thing to do, but it's true. Like a visual representation of how far I am in this. That's there you go. That's my visual representation. I'm not to the happiest years yet. I think this is 3 chapters long, if I'm not mistaken, but I think this is the longest chapter. I think the other 2 are relatively short. I can't articulate the amount of emotions I feel towards Jude. I hopefully this is an eye-opening experience for him, though, and he does start opening up. I'm assuming that's what's coming, because obviously his background story is coming. Lay here and experience this. I'll jump back in if I start crying. So I moved it over to my Kindle, the audiobook, by the way. So I could listen to it on my Kindle. I have a feeling I'm gonna cry. So we're just gonna experience that together.
Seems like forever since we've been together. Oh God, I miss you bad, and I read your letters and look at your pictures. Oh God, I miss you so.
Okay, update. But we're back into the Elixium of the Quality before I move over to the happy years, which I'm going to go lay on my bed while I read that, as I think I'll probably need to. We're going to read the actual physical book with it while I cry. This, the second chapters of both those 2 sections so far have been run under Howard's point of view. Howard is a character that ends up adopting one of the main characters inside the book. In both chapters, one is describing Howard's life. So when the thing happens in that chapter, you cry. And then this one, he uses the word you. Okay, where it's like he's writing something to somebody else about a character. This character being the character, I'm pretty sure that character right there, or the pronunciation, of that character. But the you really threw me off. What? Who are we writing to? I don't think I'm gonna find out. But now we have a mystery, so great. So I definitely can record the whole process for you. As I'm assuming we're getting into the really nitty gritty stuff, and I'm real nervous, but we're just doing it.
It's been so long, I know, but I'm finally coming home. Till then I'm dreaming of your heart.
Okay, so everything we know so far about Jude and his experience as a child is that it goes as follows. The monastery, Brother Luke, Dr. Taylor, which I think is gonna Brother Luke, I don't think is good. I think it's gonna be really hard to go through. But I think Dr. Taylor is the reason why he has as many problems as he has. So I'm not entirely sure what that means. I've had some theories as we read, but I don't really want to know if any of them are right. Accident, which has been talked about quite a bit. I think that was really covered in like the Postman and things. I think there's a lot of lies, so I'm sure we'll get the actual truth of the accident and why. I don't know who he opens up to, but I have a feeling he has to open up to somebody. I'll update you when I start crying. Go.
Your eyes are love, darling. I can't wait till I see your face. Oh God, I miss you bad. The only thing I need is you
No.
beside me. Oh God, I
No.
miss you so bad.
What the fuck?
It's been so long, I know.
Is this where the line is for you? I would say, a little over halfway. What the fuck is wrong with people? A few things to take of note. I'm now over to puzzling, but also died. And I can't believe how excited I am for to hear a character. It seemed very fitting. I very much enjoyed it. I'm not really ready to hear everything else. I'm a little further than this, but I have like that much left. No panic attacks just yet. I'm a little nervous to see how this goes, but I think it's gonna go good. So we're just gonna continue working on puzzle. I just have to take note of the writing. I wouldn't have probably stopped if I wasn't reading it, but I'm mad at my puzzle right now, so I am physically reading it. And when Jude says he felt something in him break and fall, that was fucking beautiful. Just had to put it out there. With all the faults that I do have with said novel, it's so beautifully written. Oh, it's fine. I might not finish it tonight. I tried though. I think I've read over 100 pages, maybe 200 pages today. Oh, I'd say 150 pages possibly. And that's the most I've read in one sitting, and this is the hardest part that I've read so far. So ultimately, I feel accomplished, even if I think tomorrow is going to be horrible. I'm going to hate myself.
But I'm finally coming home. Till then I'm dreaming of your heart, your eyes, our love.
I don't understand. Like, there's just so much bad luck in this book. You know, it's weird because I am 25 hours in. I am in the middle of chapter 2 of The Happiest Years, which is officially not happy anymore. We were happy for a minute.
Your heart, your eyes, our love.
He ran him over with a car. I just don't fucking know anymore. We're past it though. I think we're officially caught up to the story. So the last 7 hours is what's gonna happen to the characters that I've grown to love. I mean, before, like, here's the thing: his past is hard. His past is real hard. It's real bad, and I don't ever want to experience it again in my whole entire existence. And I probably would never recommend anybody else to experience it again. But I'm curious to see where this is going, where the ending is. And I honestly, I don't expect to, like, this is a character development book, so it's more like where the characters are going. That's where I'm curious.
it's been so long.
It's weird. I had just thought that maybe I'm wrong. Maybe. And then I'm sitting here and I'm editing this stupid fucking video. No, it's not a stupid video, but I'm just editing this video. And I'm like, wait, no. No, this is supposed to be a sad ending, a bad ending, an ending that made people kind of mad. You know, at least in the reviews that I saw, that would mean. And then he dies. I don't know if he's dead. This was not what I was expecting.
I know, but I'm finally coming home. Till then, I'm dreaming of your heart, your eyes, our love. Your heart, your eyes, our love.
I think I just decided I'm gonna read. I wonder if this is one of those books, like a television show, where when you reread it, you pick a new favorite. Because, for instance, Malcolm, who was the character throughout this whole thing, I had never picked up he was one of the four. I knew he was one of the four, but every time I talk to you guys, I'd be like, I'm missing one of them. And it's because he has such a small role to the larger scheme, and he didn't do anything horrible like JB did. So, okay, I wanted my raw emotions to be the wrap-up of this book, for obvious reasons. The whole point of reading A Little Life was not to fall in love with A Little Life. It was simply to see if it was as depressing as people made it out to be, if the subject matter itself was too hard to get through, if it would have been too much, and maybe I would DNF it halfway through. I'm so happy I didn't, you know, and a lot of different reviews that I read, they were all like, it doesn't have a happy ending. It's not satisfying, and it's not satisfying. But I think in some weird way, it was the best. This book really is, I think, a definition of a life. William, who probably lived the best life out of them all. I mean, he was the top of his career. He did everything right. He found the person that he knew he'd be forever. And then you have Jude, who is the polar opposite, who, by the end, yes, he found the one he loved, but he had a bad life. He had a really, really bad life. And he always had a bad life. Even when he was happy, there's something so devastating about this story. There's something about this book that I think will be weighing with my soul for a long time. I don't think this is going to be something that's going to go away very lightly. I think these are characters that are going to be living in my head for a very long time. The writing is magnificent and beautiful, and would be the first reason, if I was recommending this, why I would recommend it. The character of Jude himself is by far one of my favorite characters I have ever read from. This goes for saying for most people who do pick up this book. But also, there's so much of Jude. I mean, you always see yourself in characters that you read. It's the best thing about reading. Or, in this case, the worst thing. And I don't even want to get into it because there's so much, like, psychological shit about it. But him as a character was transcending. And I don't even know how to describe what that means. Just know that I'm very happy that I got to meet him. I got to see him and flourish and grow and turn into this beautiful boy. Now, I guess the question, you know, if we're gonna make this a little lighthearted, did I break down? Did I get destroyed, as the title will say? I did. There's 2 moments in the book that truly wrecked me. Now, that's not saying there's countless moments throughout the novel that wrecked me, but 2 moments significantly that truly hurt me. Hi, obviously this video has been in the works for a while now. It's just taken me a very long time to sit down to edit it to its full potential, and I'm cutting out a lot of spoilers, especially in this, like, outro and stuff, trying to keep it as spoiler free as possible, as I find it more fun to watch that way. But I just want to mention I'm talking about something right now and I'm crying. So this book is still emotionally toying on me, even though I finished it like 2 months ago. Just wanted to put that out there. Like, it still hurts me. This is my raw emotional outro that I gave you, but even now I'm still in pain. So that's all. So I'm gonna declare that was the worst part of A Little Life. And that is not to say A Little Life. There's parts of this book, I'm gonna declare it, that I would love to go back and reread. I don't want to reread the whole thing. I declared as well. I think I come to that realization. I was almost tempted to start it over, and I was like, "What the fuck are you doing, Jacob? Don't even hit that button." But there's parts of the happiest years that I truly believe that I would love to go back and experience again. I mean, even in the darkest parts, the happiest years, which I would never go back and reread a certain section. You guys all know, Again, say the whole book is beautiful. This was a 5 out of beautiful 5 stars. I think I've been saying that since like the beginning, that this was gonna be a perfect book in my opinion. And I don't know if I don't know. Let me sit with it for a while. Ask me in a little bit. I'll talk about it again, I'm sure. But with A Little Life, at this very moment, I don't think I would change a thing. Maybe I wouldn't make it so graphic. I think that might be the only thing. I don't know if there was a point to the gratuitousness of the nature. Another thing to come in here and have insight on, since I have been sitting on this book for 2 months, there are certain things I think I would declare that should be changed. I've looked up a lot of reviews and stuff that are more own voice to the actual novel and the trail depictions that Yana decided to particularly depict in the book, and some of them are pretty bad, and some of them are not like very well depicted. And so under those regards, I think I would change it. Under the gratuitous nature of the assaults and stuff that take place throughout the book, if it's sexual, physical, or mental, I don't think I would change, because I think in reality it is something that happens, and I think it was a very important story for me to one read and also to be told. So I think that right there is a little bit of a mixed bag. I think that all is based off of also preference and stuff. I think the book did go really, really far. Like I said, there's a particular section with a particular character that I think it went maybe too far, but that's about it. And after talking with the coworker, I kind of understand the point of it. I just don't know if I would have kept it in all in. So yeah, my opinion of A Little Life kind of stayed the same, except I wish that with her new book coming out next January, if it's anything near this, I hope she did a lot more research into the community she's depicting, because some of it's pretty bad. I thought at least gay rep and stuff in the book I really originated with and stuff. I don't know, that's just because I really originated with Jude, and Jude doesn't really have a classified sexuality throughout the whole novel, even by the end of the novel. But there's a lot of things I originated with Jude, and so I personally felt attached, and so maybe that's the reason why, because I've also seen people say that it's very offensive in that regard. I didn't feel that, but it's always based on your preference as well. Just want to come in here to put a 2-month, where are we sitting with the book? It's still a 5 stars. It was on my best list. Not even my best books of the year. It's just what it is. That's A Little Life, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading of this book. Sorry you guys didn't get to see me experience the epilogue. I didn't realize it was going to hit me that bad. But I'm sure I'm cried enough in this. It's not important. Alright, if you guys enjoyed this video, I have plenty of happier and not as sad videos on this YouTube channel that you guys can experience. So, go do that. Alright, thank you for watching. Goodbye.